If you've been with me on a few of these prior videos, I've been going through some open source repositories that I've forked and loading them into Yalla and just trying to understand them better. So one of the other cool things that Yalla does is because it treats, architecture, system dependencies, principles, rules as first class citizens, it also gives you this really nice change report on all of those things. So I just wanted to show a few examples of that. What I've been doing with these open source repos is once a week, I pull all of the changes from upstream into my fork and then open a pull request so that I can see basically what has changed on that upstream repository in the last week from the Yalla perspective, like that system level perspective. So let's take a look. This one, which one are we on? Okay, so we're on the live kit agents. So these will be the changes. This one might not have been merged up into my fork for 2 weeks. So we'll see. This one says it's low risk. This PR introduces a comprehensive evaluation framework. Okay, evals, that's cool. For automated agent testing, observability module for session tagging, client events protocol, adds new plugins for CamAI, Avatario, and updates the task group workflow. So architecture elements. We have a new evals framework and a new observability tagger. Then we have a modified events protocol, a new Avatario plugin, a new CamAI plugin. So this is cool. It's kind of showing us like what are the new modules in the system. I'm going to stay in GitHub just to keep this video short, but it sounds like in Yalla there's a little bit more detail. So capability changes. Okay, new capability for automated evaluation using various judges. That's cool. Okay, so accuracy, coherence, safety as the judges. Enhanced support. Okay, so there are just some enhancements. It didn't detect any rule violations. That's expected. For most of these projects, kind of the project owner or the project expert will put the rules in there, and I came to this project new, so I didn't add any specific rules. Implicit architecture decisions. We have session tagging for observability, standardizes how session made metadata is collected and reported. Okay, that's cool. So it's just basically suggesting like this standardized on some metadata formatting. So if you're going to use that in the future, you should try to stay consistent. Agent evaluation framework. So there's a new pattern with a standardized approach to testing. This looks like it's telling us the API contract changed. So that's actually important. Clients who implement will need to update how they interface. But it says high positive impact, so that's cool. Okay, I'm gonna flip over. Let's do another one. Which one is this? Continue. Okay, so this is the continue repository. Pulling changes. I think this one also has not been updated in my fork for 2 weeks, so we'll probably see more changes than just last week. Okay, significant enhancements to the command line interface and core, adding support for agent skills. That's cool. That's been really big in Claude Code, especially. Defined in Markdown files as a sub-agent. That's kind of how Claude Code does it as well. Includes new LLM providers and a critical fix. Okay, cool. So it says low risk. It doesn't look like there are any new architecture elements, so everything that was changed didn't actually change the like modules of the architecture. New capabilities allows users to define agent skills. The CLI can now spawn sub-agents. That's cool. It's cool that this is like keeping pace with some of the trends, I guess, in Claude Code, because I know that's been really popular there. No rule violations, implicit architecture decisions. So markdown-based skills. Yeah, that is an architecture decision, and this is like the perfect thing where if you're the tech lead or like a developer working on this, you see this and you're like, oh yeah, that is an architecture decision, but also this is what the industry is standardizing around, so makes sense to me, and no concerns knowing about that architecture decision. And then sub agent architecture. Yep. So users wishing to use the new skills feature should create skill.md or populate.claude/skills. Oh, okay. So it's actually um, like it works with the .claude skills in continue. That's cool. Awesome. Okay, and then I've got one more that we can jump into. Let's see. So this one is Excalidraw. Oh, okay, our first medium risk. This PR introduces significant enhancements to arrow binding, adding focus points. Okay, it implements IndexedDB persistence for text to diagram chat history. Text to diagram is cool, right? Like that's just being able to kind of describe something to Excalidraw and it will draw it up for you. And then a refactor on dark mode. It didn't detect any architecture elements. Um, I'll bet that architecture elements were actually changed. This seems like maybe I missed something there. That's okay. Okay, capability changes. So new users can share live collaboration sessions by displaying a QR code. Oh, that's cool. Enhanced arrow creation and manipulation with focus points. Dark mode, yep. Okay, and then the text to diagram stuff. So those were all enhancements, and then one new capability. IndexedDB, so obviously just bringing on a new like vendor or third party dependency. It's kind of flagging data ownership for us there, and then changing and refactoring how the dark mode works, which I assume was explicit on the team that worked on it, although implicit from Yalla's perspective without that context. Cool. And then it's just saying that these changes improve user experience. Architecture impact is positive. I bet that this marked it as medium risk just because it saw the refactor, a new capability, like it just saw a lot going on here. And then I guess maybe the data ownership thing too. But anyway, so I just wanted to go through a few of the repositories that we did the initial walkthrough on together and just see what has changed in them in the last couple of weeks. So I'm going to merge these changes from upstream into my fork, and then we'll do it again next week. We'll see what has changed in those repositories next week. So let me know if there are any other open source repositories that you want me to load in, and we can kind of track the changes week to week together, and I'll just keep going through them. But otherwise, thanks for watching.